My goodness, everyone from Manassas, Prince William, Falk here, Loudon, are you all ready to win? Yeah, you are. Let me tell you, gosh, what an invigorating pleasure it is to see such an enthusiastic crowd that's here to welcome Governor Romney and our next Vice President as well, Paul Ryan. It is great to be here. Let me ask you all a question. Are y'all ready for America's comeback? That's great. Well, Virginians, you are fired up, and you know there's a lot at stake in this election. Just last week, we heard another dismal jobs report. And what's the most discouraging is the 18–19% underemployment, where so many young people and indeed middle-aged people may have a job, but it's not fully utilizing their talents and their skills and their education. Parents are worrying about whether our children will have the same opportunities growing up that we had. And some people say, well, young people graduating from college, their expectations are too high. My goodness, this is America. In America, you're only limited by your imagination, your ingenuity, and your hard work. And indeed, America deserves better. And indeed, here in Virginia, we're very fortunate. We have an outstanding governor, Bob McDonald, who's already leading our Commonwealth's comeback. Now, folks, the road ahead's not going to be easy. We're facing new and continued threats from Washington. Last summer's failed deal is threatening us with disproportionate cuts to our national defense and devastating job losses for Virginians. Yet some look at this as an opportunity to push for tax hikes on small businesses that are already struggling in this economy. These are devastating cuts to our military. Let me ask you, are there any veterans out in the audience here? Thank you all. Thank you all for your service. These devastating cuts to our military and jobs in Virginia must be stopped with true leadership, not by increasing taxes on job creators. Let me be clear. The men and women serving in our armed forces should not be used and must never be used as a political bargaining tool to increase taxes on job-creating business owners. Now, we face a lot of strife and a lot of gridlock, but I know we can get our country back on the right track. When I was governor, we worked with Democrats who controlled the legislature, and we enacted historic reforms, cut taxes, and grew our economy, creating over 300,000 net new jobs, including many of them here at Micron Semiconductor here in Manassas. We had disagreements along the way, but we all worked together to produce tangible results for the people of Virginia. Now, it's not going to be easy to change the ways of Washington, but we all know that stakes are too high not to try. We will be the ones who ensure that America is that land of opportunity that we envision for our children and for our grandchildren. We can restore and bring forth a government that is efficient, effective, and accountable, that focuses on its core constitutional responsibilities of national defense, and also that means keeping our promises to our veterans and their families for the benefits they've earned. And we can unleash our plentiful American energy resources from the coal fields of Virginia to our coast. And on day one, I'll introduce a bill to allow us in Virginia to produce oil and gas off our coast and use those royalties for roads and transportation. And with Mitt Romney in the White House, we'll have a friend who'll rein in the EPA, and he'll be saying yes to Virginia energy and Virginia jobs. And we all need to send, and we can send a message to the world that America is open for business again. And that's what a healthy economy where the private sector is growing and creating jobs. And that's the kind of leadership that Mitt Romney will provide as America's next president. My friends, 2012 is our generation's rendezvous with destiny. It is our time for choosing. As my father would say, the future is now. Well, our future is now on November 6th. But what we do in between now and November 6th will determine the outcome of this election. Americans are going to be looking at Virginians, and you all are going to be so important with your hard work, your help, and your prayers. Virginia is going to be leading the way for America's comeback, and America will be looking at Virginians here in Prince William County and Northern Virginia and throughout the Commonwealth, and they'll say, look at those Virginians. Thank goodness they're standing strong